Spider-Man 2 for PS5 has been out for a while, and I just recently 100%ed it, and I can't wait to talk about it. I am such a fan of this game. I'm just right out of the bat. I love this game so much, and I am just like bubbling with excitement to discuss it. Peter Parker and Miles Morales enter new chapters in their lives as they balance their responsibilities as protectors of New York. As Harry Osborn, Peter's best friend, returns into his life, and Miles looks to build his future beyond high school, the relationship between the two heroes is tested and strained as the mysterious symbiote appears to threaten them, the city, and the ones they love. And we're going to talk a lot about this game, but first I do want to thank the sponsor for this video, Sony. With this soundbar, you can take your entertainment to a new realm of audio immersion. The HT-A5000 soundbar envelops you in 5.1 2-channel surround sound. You can be immersed in the scene with action happening above and all around you and with rear speakers. 360 spatial sound mapping is unlocked when you add wireless rears to the A-series soundbars. This feature allows you to place the rears in the most convenient location, and the system will map out the room and speaker positioning to deliver an immersive spatial audio experience. And with HDMI 2.1 support, this makes this even better for gaming. When I've used other sound systems in the past, something I always test is the fact that in a video game you can usually move the camera all around your character. And whatever sound is going on in the environment around your character, whether it's car crashes, explosions, or someone talking, you can hear that person's voice or those sounds moving all around the room. What I've found from sound systems I've had in the past is that I sometimes lose information because the voice is put in a very quiet speaker in the back. Using this soundbar though, doing those same tests, I never had that problem. I really do love this thing, and it will be how I continue to play games on the PS5 in the future. So check out the HT-A5000 Sony soundbar on their website, or using my link in the description below, which will save you $300 off the price of this soundbar. So thank you so much to Sony for sponsoring this video. I loved Marvel's first take on Spider-Man for the PS4, and I loved the Miles Morales game. It was very short, but it was priced to accommodate that length at $49.99. Spider-Man 2 has everything that the first game did right, plus so much more. The story is so emotional and filled with depth. I cared about all of these characters to such a deep extent that I didn't want to put the controller down even though I had to. I could only play the game for about an hour or two every day, and usually before bed. And every single night I went to bed thinking, oh my god, like I can't wait to play that game again tomorrow. Spider-Man has always been such an important character for me, and I've loved so many different Spider-Man stories, but I have to say that I think Insomniac has created at least a top 5 Spider-Man story for me here. Harry Osborn being Venom doesn't bother me. I never really looked at that character and thought, well, that has to be Eddie Brock. I think it's actually more powerful if your best friend, rather than a rival at a newspaper, is turning into a monster. And as a warning, I'm going to talk about spoilers. The game has been out for a while now. Most people who wanted to play it have played it, so I will be talking about everything that happens in the game, and you're going to see gameplay footage of different suits that you can acquire and all kinds of things like that, because I captured hours of gameplay footage. I kept thinking, oh man, I gotta show them that. Oh, I gotta show them that. I'll save that footage. I don't even know where to start. I saved so much footage. I like Raimi's Spider-Man 3 movie more than most people, I think. I didn't used to, but over the years, the film has really become something I enjoy watching. And I talked about it in my video I made about Has My Opinion Ever Changed? And Spidey 3 is one of those movies that I like more than I used to. So it was honestly really beautiful and somewhat cathartic to see a Venom story so emotionally powerful, but also for Insomniac to just let us off the leash and play as Venom for a while. Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker/Spider-Man is just brilliant. He's such a great voice actor. And I do think, like the first Spider-Man game, that this might be my favorite Spider-Man. And similar to the first one, I will say that I wish this was a movie. I wish that we either had an animated series or a film version of this in some capacity. Spider-Man has had such a great year, with this game and Across the Spider-Verse being the best superhero movie of the year by far, easily. There's moments where you can play as MJ, and those missions are actually really fun this time around. You get like a stun gun that allows you to fight some of the symbiotes as MJ. You have a few MJ missions, but usually it's Peter and Miles. And every single thing they both do, some of them are specific to the character, like Miles, you can only do the Prowler challenges or the Mysterio challenges, whereas obviously Peter's interactions with MJ are integral to him. MJ having a pretty amazing moment where she becomes Scream. This game just felt designed to please every single aspect of my love for Spidey. There are so many fun Easter eggs and hidden things throughout the city that you can encounter that not only relate to Spider-Man, but other films like Deadpool and even the Spider-Verse movies. Just like the first one, once you get a hang of the parrying system, the combat is extremely fluid and very fun. The boss battles can be very challenging. I played it on what I guess would be considered the normal mode, and some of those bosses were tough. But for me, one of the funnest aspects of this game is unlocking the various suits. Obviously, I was very excited to see the Raimi suit back in action. It's the one I played the most as once I got it. But also the final suit from No Way Home, which you don't get a great look at in the movie. But here you get to play with it on, and you get a lot of good looks at it. The Spider-Verse suits for Miles, too, not only look amazing, but they actually kind of slow the frame rate down of your movements, just like in the movie. But I have to say, the one that got me the most excited was the black suit from Spider-Man 3. When I got that, my jaw dropped, I squealed, I got so goddamn happy. I was like a child. I definitely wore that suit a lot when I did the Sandman challenges, and I won't lie, occasionally just for fun, I would say things like, "Good riddance." See you, chump. When I watch a movie, I can usually figure out how something was done. I think about it from the perspective of structure. I like to read screenplays, and I look at the whole thing, and it's a little bit like math sometimes. You're like, oh, I see how they did that 1 + 1 = 2, and that's how they got that shot. I understand that. Obviously, there are still great movies that come out that can blow me away, that truly make me feel a sense of awe, but it doesn't happen the way that it used to. Video games, I haven't a clue how they're made. And so I can sit back like a child in awe of them and just experience them and have that same sort of childlike glee and wonder that came from watching Raimi's Spider-Man movie in 2002. Even though this game is being recommended by many as a Game of the Year contender, there is one primary complaint I tend to hear, and that is that it is too short. I feel like that's going to be very perspective-based. As I said, I was only able to play this game for about an hour or two a day. So for me, it felt like the perfect length. If you're sitting down playing this game for 5, 6, or 7 hours a day even, yeah, maybe that'll be short because you're kind of just like rushing through it. I'm the same with TV shows now in that I don't really like to binge them, even if I can. I sort of like sitting back and thinking about each episode, allowing it to digest a little bit. With TV and games, I like to sit back and enjoy it and think about it. I don't want to have the experience end too quickly. But also that's kind of necessity-based in my life now because I don't have as much free time as I used to. So this felt like the perfect length. I talked a lot about Venom, but honestly the most impressive villain in the game was Kraven the Hunter. I loved Insomniac's take on him. I thought he was terrifying, a very imposing threat. He really felt animalistic and primal, just a creature that wants to be challenged. Also, the Coney Island amusement park is fully operational. You can go inside and go on rides and play games. My only real complaint is that you can't keep doing that throughout the game. It's just for this one section. I wish that either they warned you that, hey, if you continue, you can't go back and play these games again, or that it was just a thing that could happen throughout the game. Like, I would love to just, if I'm bored, just go swing over to Coney Island and go on a roller coaster. Like, as Spider-Man, though. Powering up into the anti-Venom suit and just kicking symbiote ass is one of the most exciting things I've ever done in a game. Spider-Man 2 is filled with moments like that. I could go on about this forever, and I don't even really know how to reference just how much fun I had playing this game. There are so many things I saved thinking, yeah, I gotta show them that. That was cool, and I just can't even begin to remember everything because it was just this endless series of moments that made me smile and made the longtime Spider-Man fan in me so happy. I will absolutely play it again. I'm still playing it even though I 100%ed it. I'm just swinging around New York City doing random crimes because I don't want it to end. It's just such a fantastic game. I loved everything about it. If you haven't played it yet, I do think it's a masterpiece. I'm going to give Spider-Man 2 a 10 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. And thank you, Insomniac, for making yet another great Spider-Man game. I can't wait to see what you have in store for another one, as well as Wolverine and whatever else you're planning. I will play it. Thank you so much, as always, guys. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.